Yo! Video games.
What up, dudes? Matt here from YoVideogames, and I'm back with another Summer Games Fest hands-on, well, not hands-on, but eyes-on gameplay report from the play days, and this time for the big game, probably the biggest game at the show, and that was Resident Evil 9 Requiem. So, as was hoped for, was rumored, yes, Resident Evil 9 exists, and it's coming. It's actually coming really soon, I believe by February of next year. And yeah, we got to go eyes on with the game at Summer Games Fest Playdays, meaning I watched gameplay of the game. This is more than the trailer that I was able to see, but it was a curated gameplay demonstration with time skips and whatever. So RE9, stars Grace Ashford, daughter of a character from Outbreak, and seems like there's a lot of tiebacks to the older RE games, especially with a blown out Raccoon City. I can't really tell you anything more about lore or story in this game because what I saw was a demonstration of a very early part of the game. And I'm just going to get this out of the way right now. As far as Resident Evil 9 hands-on, eyes-on impressions, I can tell you they are holding a lot back from this game. They do not want to show you very much. They clearly have a plan. There's clearly going to be a lot more to this game than what we saw at Playdays. But this was very much a very, very tiny look. And when I say tiny, I mean like imagine less than the very first RE7 trailer that everyone played to death. Even less than that. So jumping right into it, yes, you can play it in first person or third person. They actually recommend first person, at least for the section of the game we were playing, and it was kind of understandable because it was a bunch of small hallways. The demo opens up with Grace being tied upside down to like this surgery chair, and she makes a daring escape by breaking over this IV bottle that's collecting her blood in her arm, and then breaking it, and then like finding a way to like pull it up, and then use the edges of this broken bottle to cut one of her restraints, which she then uses to cut the rest of her restraints. So then she has no idea where she is or how she got there, and it looks like a really old, dilapidated hospital/asylum. We're talking like something from like the 50s, but like sort of kind of mostly left abandoned or just like really old and cruddy. And the demo then from there, she from getting out of this strap to this bed, she's got nothing on her. She's got no weapon. She's got pretty much nothing. And you basically walk around from room to room in this old hospital, trying to get out. And then she finds at the end of one hallway, there's this gate, this iron gate that's barring her from getting out into the main central area of this hospital, very RE2 like almost, but she needs a fuse to open this iron gate. So she has to find a fuse, and the fuse is in a fuse box, which needs a screwdriver to open. So she's got to find a toolbox with the screwdriver in it. It's very typical stuff. But yeah, she goes and she kind of you're going through a couple hallways with real dim lighting. Like the hallways are really dim and messed. Lights are out. And there's like only like red emergency lights in some places, and some of the rooms have light. Their lights are on and working. Like she'll go into a room and turn on a light, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Eventually, she finds a lighter, which kind of helps her look through the dark. And then it's basically the goal in this very short eyes on was she needed to get a fuse to open this iron gate. And then on her way to do it, as she very, very slowly would go through the rooms, like they pulled some spooky moments where she's walking through this dark hallway and she turns a light switch on, and at the end of the hallway is this big horse statue, which I guess is kind of scary for some people. I don't know. When she gets to this area, she goes to like a janitor's closet, and she has to climb up on a box and get this screwdriver out of a toolbox. And at one point, she opens a door into the closet, and this corpse falls out, and it's a very clearly dead person. Had been dead for a while. For some reason, she checks his pulse. It's kind of weird, but after she checks his pulse, this big massive hand comes and picks up the head of this dead janitor, and it's this 10-foot tall zombie woman who then eats this other corpse. And then she proceeds to chase you. And then that's the sort of gameplay element we got to watch, is that in this small wing of a hospital of hallways and some rooms, there's this big 10-foot tall zombie woman in a dirty old dress that chases you. She acts kind of like a hunter character, like a Mr. X kind of. Her gimmick is that she doesn't like the light, so she sticks to like the really dark hallways. And if you run into a room where all the lights are on, she won't go in the room, and she'll jump up into the ceiling. There's these little holes in the ceiling, so very Alien Isolation like how she kind of goes away. Again, Grace finds nothing. She has no weapon. She finds an empty bottle in this Eyes On gameplay demonstration, in which you could throw it, but that she never did. We saw that there was at one point where they did a time skip where she needed to get a key to go into a room. There was a cherub key, but they just time skipped to a point where she had the key and just walked through, so I don't even know where it was. And then, it's basically you kind of like hopping from lit room to lit room, avoiding this 10-foot tall zombie lady from eating you. And she'll get mad sometimes. There'll be times where she'll like be banging the walls or whatever, and there's a point where she hits the room or whatever so hard that the lights go out in a room, so that means that she could enter that room now. And the demo is basically, you get the fuse, she runs back to the fuse box, she puts the fuse in, and then like lifts the gate, and then like just narrowly escapes, or maybe not narrowly escapes, the big 10-foot tall zombie woman into the big lit center area of this hospital. Now, as far as everything goes, I'm gonna be real with you because I'm always real. That's the real thing here. This was nothing new. There was something. The thing that kept striking me was both Jeff Keighley's introduction of the game at the Summer Games Fest and the PR person at Capcom saying that it was going to be a sort of new take. It's going to combine really creepy survival horror elements and action elements. I saw none of that. All I saw was Outlast. I didn't even see the character used an empty bottle, which I think you can just throw as a distraction. Everything I saw was identifying wood. Yep, that's wood. This was Resident Evil. Like, it was very Resident Evil 7, very Resident Evil 8. Very Resident Evil 7 in the sense where, like, early on in the game when you have nothing to fight back with and you're just sort of avoiding things. You're just avoiding, the family, as it were. It looks very similar. It functions. I will say this, again, much like Onimusha, the facial animation looks like a massive step up from even past RE Engine games. The mocap, facial animation, whatever, rigging on Grace's face is incredible as far as animation goes. But I honestly didn't see much. Now, I'm not like down on the game. I'm sure the game will be fine. But if it's like, okay, do you want me, we encountered one enemy, which was a hunter type enemy, which you sort of just avoid like you would Mr. X or the Alien in Alien Isolation. And we saw a few rooms, and we was just like, okay, I need key item. To get the key item, I need another item in this other room. I get the item in the other room, and then get the key item to go back to the main room. That was it. I saw so little of this game as far as like gameplay or new stuff goes. So I kind of feel a little bad in a sense where it's like, oh, what do you think is exciting? I'm like, well, it's kind of like what we've seen in Resident Evil games for like the 7 and 8 especially. So I keep thinking back to what Jeff said, to what the PR Capcom guy said, and I feel like there's a lot being held back for this game. Like, a lot they're not showing us. And I'm kind of glad they said that, because if the idea was, hey, this is going to be the core crux of the game, is you unarmed, running, basically avoiding something chasing you through hallways, I'd be like, so you're just making Outlast. So I'm glad that they're at least saying or teasing the possibility of more. And but like, as far as like gameplay additions or even UI or anything, everything was the same as it's been for the past few RE games. Again, I saw what was here was polished and it looked good, but it was nothing new. It was and I don't want to say it as a negative. I'm just saying, like, they were not ready to show us anything unique about RE9 or even say what was unique about it. Just say that there will be unique things, but we didn't see anything or were told anything detailed that was unique about the game. So I just kind of feel like we're just sort of in a waiting game period right now to see what new twists are they going to throw at us when the game actually does come out very soon, actually. So yeah, am I excited? I'm excited, but I'm basically as excited for the game as I was before it was even announced. Like, yeah, there'll be a new RE. Yeah, cool. I'm like, I'll play it when it comes out. I'm absolutely looking forward to it. What I saw was like, yeah, it's RE, I guess. The one negative I can say, and hopefully this can change, is that Grace whimpers constantly. As she's going through as the gameplay, we saw her slowly going through the rooms, opening the door slowly, looking down the hallways, peeking around corners. She constantly was whimpering, like, the whole demo. It felt like the whole 30 minutes of gameplay I watched, she was just whimpering, just with and it was like a loop too. It wasn't even like a unique soundbite. It was kind of like it was a repeating sound clip of her just and I was like, oh okay, I get it. We're playing an 80-pound woman who works a desk job in the FBI, and she's not like combat trained or whatever. Although the director in a video did say that she does know how to handle a gun, which I think is just implying is yes, you'll find guns and shoot them in the game. But if anything, guys, like, please, on the audio team, please for reference, please take into consideration, she doesn't need to whimper 100% of the time. Maybe, I don't know if anyone else has noticed this. I know people I talked to who were in the demonstration said the same thing. All I'm saying is, like, please, for the future of this game, can we cut the whimpering a little bit from Grace? It really stood out, and it was really kind of annoying. As far as is the game spooky or not, I guess it's spooky. I'm just not that person who gets freaked out over everything. I'm kind of like the most like stone-faced person to play Resident Evil. If anyone's ever watched me play it or played in VR, people were mad that I just wasn't like getting spooked by like the RE7 VR demos for that game. I was just like, it just doesn't hit me. Sorry, like I don't get spooked by environments that easily. So if you're like me, if you got an iron stomach for spooky stuff, this will look cool. But yeah, it wasn't doing anything that like scared the hell out of me. Maybe if they threw a bear in the hallway, they put like a giant zombie bear chasing you through the hospital, that would have terrified me. But yeah, as far as this goes, like, yeah, it's more Resident Evil. I've yet to see what's different about it, but hey, at the end of the day, even if there isn't anything different, it's more Resident Evil. It's more RE7 than RE8 so far that I've seen. So, let me know what you guys think. And I'm really curious to see how people feel about it. Again, we weren't able to record anything and just got what we got from Capcom. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you on the channel. Later, dudes.